guys. Hope you're doing well today. It's Hatfield, McCoy Museum Adventures, and FS Investigates.
Somebody said the other day we was talking too fast and
Yeah.
they couldn't. But they also had their recording where they were trying to show one of our videos, and they had it on. And I already talk fast, so you can imagine what it sounded like. They were trying to hurry up and get through the video.
Yeah.
And I know if somebody heard that, they're thinking, goodness sakes, that guy. Guys, we got a much asked for video probably.
Okay.
It'll come up after this. This wasn't planned. This is going to be an add-on. Right before we came on to do this video, right behind us is what we're going to be on.
See.
This is what we're going to be discussing tonight.
Right.
Right before we come on, there was a video come over YouTube, just posted. It was live.
Yeah.
And the lady was on there, and I don't know. I'm not even going to say the channel. I'm not going to say anything because it was, I made 5 or 6 comments on the page, but show that poster.
Okay.
She was showing mine and Sheila's picture, and she was showing this poster, and she said, this is frivolous. This is a fraud. Why would anybody post this poster for?
Mm-hmm.
Because that is not the number to the FBI. That's the number to a law firm or somebody, she said.
Oh, well.
Now,
I think she said it was somebody's personal number.
Sheila and I didn't check. She said that too, but then she went on later on.
Okay.
But we didn't check.
No.
Well, Sheila just got the poster the other day and posted the poster on there. But after she said that, I said, goodness sakes. And she said, now I'm not going to call the number. I don't want nobody having my number. So, and I just picked up the phone and called, and here's what we got.
Let me play that for you.
Take
so
your
you'll
time.
know.
544.
0751.
Bureau of Investigation for the state of Tennessee.
Federal
This is
Bureau
an
of
emergency.
Investigation.
Please hang up and call 911.
If emergency,
This call may be recorded from.
Went to the FBI. Now, to go further, as Sheila and I investigate things and want to make sure that we're always correct, we took the same phone number that was on that poster just now that I just dialed on the phone, and we Googled that phone number.
Yeah.
And what came up was,
Okay.
take your time.
Okay, I'll have to add it in there. I don't see it.
Okay. Okay.
No,
Well, what came up was a picture of the FBI office in Knoxville, Tennessee, and the directions and all the information to it. So,
right.
Why this lady was trying to act like the number on the poster, and I wrote on her comments and I said, you're the most misinformed and trying to put out the most misinformation I've ever seen, because all you've got to do is call the number and it'll tell you. Somebody else, she was live, and somebody else had come on and said, I just tried the number and it's the FBI. And she said, no, you're wrong. You've done the wrong numbers. I don't know if she was impaired or what. So the number that's on that poster goes to the FBI. If you Google the phone number, the FBI office in Knoxville, Tennessee shows up. I even wrote in there and I told her, she said, this is not the number to the FBI. And I said, the FBI's got more than one phone, I'm sure, dear. I'm sure they've got more than one phone number. But with that said, guys, tonight's video is going to be interesting to some of you. Video tonight, thank you, bud.
You're welcome. I'll add it at the end, though.
Is going to be interesting. A lot of people have been saying, we posted 2 or 3 videos on Katie and Chris. A lot of people in the comments. Why aren't you talking to the father? Talk to Seth. Seth misses his son. Well, we wanted to talk to the last person that seen Sebastian alive, and that's Katie. we're waiting for Katie and Chris to call. We have a feeling that they're going to call us. We're praying about it. We hope so. Could be wrong, but we're hoping they give us a chance. Guys, I don't know if y'all saw the news just a few minutes ago or not, but they found a body behind a McDonald's in, I think it was Nashville. Said they don't know the gender, don't know the age. And very interesting.
Some parts, right?
Yeah, it was found the body in one place, decomposed body, and found the skull in another.
Lord.
While we're on this subject, and you know how we drift, but guys, if you're ever out, and especially if you see a missing persons report in your area, just like in California, Sheila and I was talking the other day, you know, that fella took them out there to show where, I think, where he'd put the
baby manual.
Little boy's body at. It wasn't there. Well, no wonder. The coyotes, the foxes, the wolves, the animals, and also the birds. You know, when you're missing a child, especially, and all of a sudden you start seeing birds accumulating and congregating, go check it out. It very well could be an animal, but if you're missing somebody, or especially a child, go check it out, because that very well could be what you're looking for. No doubt, if they did put that little boy there for after the first 3 or 4 days in that kind of heat, the birds was there. People just didn't pay no attention. They probably didn't. So everybody was saying, talk to Seth. Talk to Sebastian's father. However, after we talked to Chris and Katie, we had planned on talking to Seth if he wanted to talk.
Right.
Before talking to Seth. We thought we'd do a little research.
Yes.
Now, before we go on, let me explain something, guys. Sheila and I, just like we said on Chris and Katie, we don't have a dog in this fight. We're not for this side. We're not for that side. We're not. These people here have got some history between them.
On both sides.
There's no love lost between Seth, Chris, and Katie. No love lost. We all know that. And that poor little boy right there knew it better than anybody. He knew it better than anybody.
God love him.
But before we go any further, because this is definitely going to be a controversial video. Now, it's not controversial because Sheila and I are going to make it controversial. It's controversial between what went on with some of these parties over the years. And that's what we're going to go over, because people are saying, call Seth. He loves his son. He misses his son. Very well could be.
Sure, no doubt.
But there's going to be some things that you hear here and that we show you in documents and reports. And that's the way Sheila and I do the Hatfield McCoy history. Nothing better than court documents and birth certificates, death certificates, divorce decrees, all these different articles that you can use to prove or unprove a point. We're not trying to prove a point. We're trying to show that the two parents we've been covering, Chris and Katie, has got no better or no worse reputation or history than the father, Seth. You're going to see that. Now, again, you can get mad at us and say, well, they shouldn't have said this. They shouldn't. We're repeating what's in court records. We're repeating what's in tapes where he talks himself. Before I go any further, again, guys, we don't have a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out, but disclaimer, alleged speculation, entertainment purposes only, our opinions. Any mistakes, please contact us and we'll make the correction and we'll apologize.
Definitely. Yeah.
Sheila and I don't want to put out inaccurate information.
No.
We want to put out the truth. We want to find, along with the Jesus Christ, along with the good Lord, find that little boy.
Yeah.
We will also be using court documents, divorce decrees, CPS reports, Child Protective Services, photographs, etc. Now, guys, in our first video we posted of Chris and Katie with the conversation after we found Jayden, after we talked to the parents, Jayden's parents, Felicia and Josh. Everybody was saying Sebastian. So nothing happened for a day or so, and then all of a sudden we felt burdened and we went back to the Sebastian case.
Right.
So when we posted that video, right off the bat, Seth wrote, I assume it's Seth, it's Seth Rogers, dash S15UN, 5 days ago. And it says, I just want my son found and brought home. I pray to God that he is alive. And I pray that his angels protect Sebastian and guide him home. 336 replies, 78 replies, 336 likes.
Okay.
If that's not Seth, he can fill us in, or somebody can, and say, well, he didn't write that, because everybody that's on that, those 78 replies is people saying, why don't you guys talk to Seth?
Majority.
Seth is a loving father. Seth is lost. He's lost without his son. He's all these things that they say. We had no reason to talk to Seth unless Seth was at Katie's that night when he disappeared, because we wanted to talk to the last person that seen Sebastian at that house or alive. And unless Seth was there would be no reason talking to Seth. Guys, I throw things out there, and I throw things out there for people to think about. We do. I'm in no way insinuating nothing. No way. I'm speculating. I'm throwing it out there as a possibility. Is it possible? You watch crime movies. If you guys that watch crime shows like this, you're thinking, hey, I've seen it all. Well, if you were going to commit a crime, what better place for you to be than in a place that has video of you being there, or of you working, or of you clocked in, or this. I'm not saying this happened. Nobody didn't mind when we threw stuff out on Chris and Katie when we asked questions. And we ask questions of them. We make comments. Nothing derogatory intentionally, but possibilities. Is it possible that somebody was working and was on camera purposely because everybody knew where he was at? See, this has been some terrible, terrible friction between these people over the custody of Sebastian. I have a feeling. I'll tell you what my feeling is after a while of why. Is it love? Is it money? We don't know. But what better place for a person to be than on video or at work when somebody else, hey, meet so-and-so down at the end of the road. He's going to pick you up or something, and then takes off, and somebody picks them up and gone. May still be alive today. Maybe somebody's got them just to get them away. And then again, maybe somebody, one of the questions and I throw things out there, guys, you can get mad at me. It's investigative. I'm playing investigator.
Okay.
We're just playing investigators. Clue. Did anybody whatsoever, any of those three people there, have a life insurance policy on Sebastian? Of course, he's missing. It won't pay off for a while, but after a while, somebody will have him declared deceased.
Wow.
And then the insurance will pay off. I'm not saying they do. I'm not saying they don't.
Right.
I'm not saying that has anything to do with his disappearance. It's merely an investigative question that should be asked, and probably already has been asked. Now, Seth makes especially the last 6 months or so, has made a big thing about the police. The police isn't investigating. The police isn't telling me anything. The police isn't. Guys, there may be a reason for that. There may be a reason when you see these court documents and things that we bring up and complaints from Child Protective Services. I can see why, Seth. I can see why the police want to knock on your door and want to keep you up on things. Guys, right now, nobody has been cleared and nobody's been accused.
And that's been said by the police officer.
Of course.
Any evidence of foul play. we have not cleared anyone.
Of course, nobody's been cleared and nobody's been accused. Everybody's been looked at. This is an ongoing investigation, rightfully so.
Yeah.
They can talk about the police department, the TBI, all of it. There's only so much they can do. The police, there may be a reason why releasing information to all three parties.
Okay.
Maybe there's a reason they're keeping their cards close to their chest. Maybe someday we'll know. Maybe everybody is totally, again, maybe he just run off and that's the way it is. But Seth wrote on our page. So that's our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't mind him writing on it. We didn't respond. We didn't say nothing on that page to all 78 comments. We didn't comment because our goal right now is not to talk to Seth. It's to talk to Katie and Chris also. If he wants to sit with her, we don't mind that. That's a husband.
Right.
But we didn't mind him commenting on our channel. So surely he shouldn't mind us commenting also on things, because there's a lot of people on there that may not know Seth. Why am I getting that wrong?
I don't
Seth.
know.
I don't even
Like
until I get ready to say it. Seth's credentials may not be what some of you all might think they are. This thing that you have, there's no saying a person's past often predicts their future. If a person acted a certain way in the past, it's unlikely sometimes that people change. Everybody don't always change. Tempers, different things like that. You'll hear what I'm getting to after a while. It's nothing meant to be mean towards Seth.
Right.
But it's what we found in reports. It's what we found in Child Protective Services, on complaints, on divorce papers, on court documents, on Sheriff's Department documents, on guns taken away. We're going to show you. Before this video is over with, we'll show you all kinds of documents and then you guys can say, well, how in the world do you figure out? Did he run off? Or did one of these three or all three? Or
yeah.
No wonder the police are having such a hard time with this case.
It's crazy.
It appears that Sebastian and Jayden had a lot in common. Go ahead, babe.
Both of them, the little boys are autistic. Excuse me. Now you've got me stubborn.
Both of them's autistic.
And both of them have stepfathers.
Both of them had stepfathers.
Both are from what you would call a broken home.
Both are from broken homes.
Mm-hmm.
Both with parents with complaints of abuse with social services, child protective services, call it what you want. It's when a child has been abused or alleged to have been abused, and the state comes in and investigates. Now, sad thing about poor old Sebastian, this happened in California, and there's complaints in Tennessee. So there's two different cabinets for child protective services that has investigated abuse on Sebastian over the years. One of them when he was just 6 years old.
About 6, yeah.
6 or 7 years old. Sad. But some of you people, I feel you, babe. List goes on and on. 3 primary people in Sebastian's life. Katie, the mother. Seth, the biological father. And Chris, the stepfather.
Correct.
Katie is the key to this case.
Yes.
Katie was there when he went to bed. Katie was there when she went in there the next morning, and he's gone. She's the last person to see him.
Yeah. I agree.
Did she hear anything? Did she see anything? Did she suspect anything?
She holds
Katie,
the answers.
Thank you.
She holds the answers.
Did Sebastian run away? Or did something happen that was an accident. Did Sebastian run down to the road to meet somebody because somebody told him somebody was going to pick him up? Did he run away?
Again, no shoes.
Was it an accident? Guys, I don't want to, I'm speculating.
Okay.
A lot of times, just like the Felicia did with what she said she did, we don't know yet. We haven't heard the autopsy medical examiner's report. She said she overdosed them, gave them too much medicine. See, these children that's autistic, and Sheila's going to talk on that after a while, but they're special.
Mm-hmm.
They're special needs children.
And it takes a special parent to raise these little children like that.
This is not your normal child.
No.
This is not your normal temper tantrum. This is not your,
No.
the
louder you get, the loud and more uncontrolling the child will get. I've seen it before. A person was loud with a child yelling, "No, you're not doing this. Come here." And all the child want to do was just go get away from them. They tried their best. So if you're calm when you talk to this child, get them to calm down, get them to take a deep breath, and you're very calming, most likely they will calm down and start to listen. But you can't go at a child like that with that voice, loud, screaming, hollering. That's just going to set them off and make them do the same thing.
Sometimes we don't believe this was intentional. This could have very well been an accident where he was over medicated,
Mm-hmm.
and then people panicked. We're speculating. Or it could also be where pick Sebastian up, take him so-and-so. Who knows?
Yeah.
It could have nothing to do whatsoever with those three people in the background. Just one of those things.
Right.
Social service involvement. Person's past predicts their future. Not always, but it can be a clue. What did Sebastian go through at both homes? What did that little fella, when you get to these court documents and you see the wear and the tear and the torment and the arguing and fussing and fighting between those three people behind us, that little fella didn't have a chance. He was like Jayden. He was doomed from the word go. And it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. We have a feeling that he's already gone to heaven. Anything's possible. We hope he's still alive. But we have a feeling that God's done took him home like he did Jayden. You've been through enough, son. Come on home.
Time to rest.
Yeah. Nobody else is going to hurt you. Did he feel safe at either? We don't know. But we don't think so. We don't think he felt loved and wanted at either. That's my opinion. Let me speak for myself. From what I've read, from what I've seen, and we're not even going to go over all of it.
Right.
It would be a 5-hour video.
Right.
May do another one down the road someday, but kind of doubt it. This one here should be enough.
Yeah.
Just a question. Chris and Seth had complaints filed on them. Yeah. Yeah. Both of these gentlemen, both of these guys had complaints filed with Child Protective Services, California, Tennessee, or both. Both men say they have done nothing wrong. Play the tape of Seth. Let's play Seth. This is him. This is his voice. You can go to YouTube and find it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the first people to post it, but here it is.
For you. And can you share what that was related to, or is that? My son went to school and told his teacher that I beat his ass. And when CPS showed up, I was like, I told him to clean his room or I was going to bust his butt. Did you bust his butt? No, he cleaned his room. There was the threat of a butt whooping. Right. You know? And it was like, well, he said that you were going to beat him. And I'm like, wow, okay. So when he came home, I literally turned on Mortal Kombat and I turned the blood action on. And I showed him what a beatdown was. Through video games. I was like, you like
6 years old.
It was like, I'm sorry, Dad.
Wow.
That's it. 6 years old. So you people that keep saying, Fred, Sheila, go talk to Seth. Go talk to the loving dad. He may have been a loving dad. I don't know his feelings.
Right.
Sure don't sound like it there. Put Mortal Kombat in the bloody stage. I don't know what that is. I don't play Mortal Kombat, but in the bloody stage, I imagine it's pretty gory for a 6-year-old and say, now, son, there's you a beatdown. Was that to intimidate the 6-year-old to don't ever talk to Child Protective Services or your teachers? Don't ever tell them anything again. Wow. A little fella right there has been through it, guys. We're not even started. Tip of the iceberg. But I want all you people, I don't know Seth. I don't know Chris or Katie. We don't know nobody. We're getting to know them. We're getting to.
Yeah.
Going to bust his butt for not cleaning his room. He says ASS.
Yeah.
Math could be wrong, but somewhere around 6 to 7 years old. 6 years old is the way we got it figured, but
So
could be 7.
kindergarten to first grade.
Shows blood and guts as a training video. Now, son, that right there is that's a beatdown. A 6-year-old. And we wonder why that young man has issues. Was that to intimidate? We don't know. But who shows a child Mortal Kombat as to what a beatdown looks like? Like Jayden, Sebastian seems to have been doomed from the start. See the blood and everything. Son, that's a beatdown. Wow. What a dad. What a dad. While, as of right now, we don't think Seth had anything to do with Sebastian's disappearance. Now, guys, Sheila and I don't rule nothing out. I have seen so many things in 40 years of law enforcement that you think was one way and turn out another, that you don't think this is possible, but that happened. They are some smart people out there.
Exactly.
Again, we're going to speculate. I seen a video of Seth where he was talking and he says, this is my right, freedom of speech, and I have that right. And he sure does. And so do we. We are not accusing anybody.
Yeah.
But like I say, if the shoe fits, strap that puppy on and wear it. We also don't think he would have been up for Dad of the Year neither.
Right.
He's not going to be getting Dad of the Year award. Not when you see this other stuff also. When you put all this stuff together. Him or Chris, either one. Let's throw them both in the same barrel together. Guys, that's children. That's children.
That's gift from God.
Oh.
It tells you in there.
We don't have to beat them. We don't have to do them like that. So it's not all about beatings. Sometimes it's what we do here.
It's not only physical. Sometimes it's mental stuff.
Complaints on both Seth and Chris was at school. All the complaints that come in to Child Protective Services that we could find, that we researched, came from school teachers, where Sebastian would be at school and either had a mark or said something or whatever it was, and they would file the complaint and send social services out to investigate.
Right.
It appears there's some pictures, guys. There's some pictures of Sebastian with some marks. We're not going to show them, but
yeah,
if you'll go on the internet and Google, they'll come up. There's pictures out there of Sebastian of what I assume social services took. I don't know how they got on the internet, but somebody's put them out there. It appears Sebastian attempted to get help. Once again, CPS, social services failed the child. it appears. Once again, California CPS, Tennessee CPS, when you've got complaints, when you've got some of the things that's been alleged, you've been better off to remove the child. California and Tennessee, 2 different states. What's up with that?
Well,
Is there any truth to Katie filing abuse complaints on Seth, along with photos of Sebastian? That would be a question we would like to ask both Seth
mm-hmm.
and Katie.
Mhm.
We don't want to talk to Seth right now. We have no desire to talk to Seth right now until we ever talk to Katie. And by the time we're done with this video, Seth may not want to talk to us, and that's okay too.
Probably.
That's okay too. How many actual complaints has Katie made against Seth? How many? Because we're just going to go over
A few.
a few.
Show you some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I told her a while ago, that's enough. Don't download no more. We're not talking verbal, but where there is a court document. We're not talking something Katie said. Oh, Seth did this. And Seth said, oh, Katie, she's a miserable mother. She done this. Or Chris done. We're not talking we're talking about court documents where they swore under oath that what they were saying was true and correct.
Mm.
Sworn affidavits may explain why the police are not divulging information to Seth, and probably any of them, really. He complains about police, but police may have their reasons. Maybe not the great parent he puts on to be. That's my opinion. That's me speculating. That's me after a 40-year career police officer, and I'm reading over these allegations. Mm-hmm. Some of them mere allegations.
Exactly.
From a soon-to-be ex-wife.
Right.
Some of them he admits to himself.
Yeah.
Or at least partially.
Exactly.
What?
Jeez.
With the problems I got you, baby. With the problems this little fella had, we think it lays within these 3. Did he run away? Who knows? Who would blame the little fella? Who would blame him? To think, and some people says, just like Sheila, but he didn't have no shoes on. He wouldn't listen. Sometimes things get so bad, just like we said about Jayden over there.
Yeah.
Why would Jayden run out and run up a hillside, a dead end to nowhere?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's running to the heavens. We could have thought anything. When we seen those footprints, we didn't think it was logical that he would take off and run, and especially Sheila. But see, a child that's running away from home wouldn't be thinking logical. A child that's growing up in those conditions and treated like that is not thinking logical. At that time, they want to escape.
Just run.
Just get me out of here. Just get me away.
They want to be safe.
Did he run away? Who knows? Who would blame him? My Lord, how sad.
Yeah.
Has guilt set in now, and now it's time to make up for the past? Or is it fundraisers, guys? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Is it got to do with fundraising? Because there's some good-hearted people out there, and when they think you need something, people are so sweet. People are so giving, loving, and they mean well. They try to help, but I'm speculating, but past speaks for itself. Hopefully, police have pulled all the records of abuse or threats of abuse or allegations of abuse. Hopefully, the police has done as good a research as Sheila and I have.
Follow all the leads.
Because we've got them. If the police needs help, we've got them. We've got all kinds of stuff that...
And if anybody can get those, they could.
And they've got them. See, I believe that TBI, the sheriff's department, they got them. They got the same thing we're looking at. We're not that good. Right. But that's why they're not answering questions. That's why they're not saying nothing. Guys, there's nobody ruled out. I got news for you. Take it from Fred and Sheila. Nobody's ruled out on this case. They can tell you they did this, they did that. They can tell you they passed this, they passed that. After seeing what we've seen for the last 2 days, those 3 people right there are not ruled out, in my professional 40-year career police officer opinion. If they are ruled out, I would be surprised.
Yeah.
If the sheriff's department or TBI says them 3 are ruled out, we're not even looking at them, I would be shocked.
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't mean I couldn't be wrong. Doesn't mean they're guilty.
Right.
I said they're still looking at them.
Right.
I said they're not ruled out.
Out.
That doesn't mean they're guilty, but you definitely can't rule them out. Not with past, like we're seeing.
That means that they haven't found nothing yet to rule anybody out yet.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
They're still looking, but
Yeah.
they haven't found anything to clear anybody.
No, they say they
in the
haven't ruled
situation.
nobody
Yeah.
out,
So,
and I can see why.
yeah. Yeah.
Talked with all the teachers and social workers. Hopefully, and I believe they would have, hopefully they've gone to California, Tennessee. Hopefully they've gone and talked to all these school teachers
Neighbors,
and all the social workers that investigate this. They're school teachers that's actually filed complaints, according to what we're reading.
well, they're
With-
supposed to. Once they're made known of an incident, they have no choice. They could be held accountable. They're supposed to report it.
Obligated.
Yeah. Thank you. I didn't have the correct word.
Oh yeah, I knew what you meant,
But they are obligated to do it. And,
well, they did
and
it.
they have to check it out.
They did it. It was social services that dropped the ball. Because whether he disappeared, whether he run off, from what we've read and seen, that child shouldn't have been with none of those 3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let me speak for me. Guys, I'm speaking my opinion. Doesn't make me right. Doesn't make
Don't
everything
make
I
it
say,
wrong either.
doesn't
Just-
make everything I say the gospel.
Right.
I'm giving my opinion. Had I been social services and I would have seen what I seen today and yesterday in these reports, I would have removed little Sebastian and put him into foster care where
Safe.
somebody would have taken care of him instead of just worried about child support, instead of worried about how much we're going to have to pay. How much am I going to get? Because that's what I'm looking at. See, that old saying, money's the root of all evil, has a lot to do with a lot of things in life.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll
I think-
push 'em.
I think people wanted custody, my opinion, so they could get child support. I think other people didn't want to give custody because they would have to pay child support. You got special needs. Little boy there, guys. Special needs. There was a word for it back in the old days. Sheila don't like for me to use that,
Ooh,
and I
no.
won't. But
Thank you.
there's he's special. He's special. He's special because he's one of God's children. He's a special needs child.
Oh, yeah.
He needs that special treatment, which means that usually when you pay child support, you pay till they're 18 years old. Some says 21 if they're in school or whatever, but
Mhm.
that child be on Social Security. You can get a special needs child on Social Security and get a check the rest of his life.
Hmm.
You don't have to work if you've got a child that's drawing a Social Security check, disability.
Yeah.
Could be wrong, guys. Please, if I'm wrong about anything I've said,
Mm-hmm.
please put it in the comments.
Hmm.
I will apologize. I will correct it. I'm not beyond making mistakes. I'm not beyond letting my mouth outrun my brain. I'm not beyond speaking my piece. Chris told Chris in one of the telephone interviews, he said, I'm just tell it like it is. And I said, you're like Fred McCoy. That part was right. I went along with a lot of things that Chris said,
Mm-hmm.
agreeing, because we were trying to get an interview. That wasn't an interview, guys. That was a phone conversation that was meant to lead up to an interview.
Right. We were trying to set
Those wasn't questions we were asking. We were trying to agree with everything he said in order to
get him to relax.
butter the toast to say, hey, yeah, we'll meet with you. Of course, that's an investigative thing. He's not going to give us an interview if we're mean to him.
Right.
And we knew that.
Right.
But me and him agree on one thing. We're a lot alike. We tell it like it is, how we feel. Up to find out what we think. Imagine this child with autism, what he went through. Imagine a normal child going through that. Now imagine a special needs, a nervous child. Wait till you hear when he peed on himself and he was so afraid that they were going to call Seth and tell Seth. Can't outdo autism. You have to be calmer. Just like Sheila said earlier. You can't outdo autism, somebody with autism. You can't outdo a child that's got ADHD or a mental deficiency. You can't outdo them. You're not going to yell louder than they can yell. You're not going to run faster than they can run to get away. You're not going to. Worst thing you can do. Go ahead, baby.
All that loudness and noise, all it's going to do is upset the child even more. And then you're both are going to be yelling and screaming, and you're not going to get anything done. You have to be calmer than the child so he can calm down. And he will calm down, or she. They will calm down.
Some people don't want to take the time to let them calm down. It's do it now. I'll bust your butt. You can't talk like that to a special needs child. You can't. You can tell a normal child that maybe.
Right.
They might pay attention to you. I'm going to get a butt whooping or ASS whooping, as he calls it. Busting. Going to bust his ASS. 6 years old.
Oh, well.
Sebastian was doomed from the start. Just as Jayden's case, God just took him home. We have a feeling that Sebastian is in heaven with Jayden. We're YouTubers, guys. We're not private investigators. We're not police officers. Not anything other than experienced in investigations. We're nothing. We're YouTubers now.
Exactly.
But at one time, there was, what was that movie? I'm always on these movies. Sin of a Woman.
Yeah.
Sin of a Woman.
Yeah.
Al Pacino.
Yeah.
There was a time. And there was.
Yeah.
But right now, we're nothing. Hypothetically, was custody wanted by either party for child support or to keep from paying child support? I'm putting that out there in a question form. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but lack of information makes a person have to speculate. We don't know. That is just one of the possibilities that we've thought of or that we've seen. We may have saw that in a post. We may have saw that on a YouTube channel. Most child supports from 18 to 21. If disabled, they get Social Security for life. Sheila, can you bring up this form right here? Reasons I do not agree. This is
Seth
Rogers. This is Seth Rogers declare that I am a respondent.
You see, I've got a bunch down.
I know.
I have to kind of figure out which is which.
Bring anything up. We're going to go over them all.
Let me see.
Click on one.
Let me find first. I've got them kind of labeled, guys.
Well,
so just a second.
If you don't, click on one.
Oh, here. I think this is the one you're talking about. I think.
Because this is court documents.
Is that it?
In the matter of Rogers, case number ED 98158, attachment of DV, domestic violence, I assume, 120. Reason I do not agree. This is Seth Rogers. So evidently we brought up this one first, which is okay.
Oh, that's
No, it's okay. We've got, He's probably responding to Katie's. Somewhere through there, we've got Katie's where they were going back and forth. I, Seth Rogers, declare that I am the respondent in the above captioned matter and have personal knowledge of each fact set forth in the declaration. If called as a witness, I could and would competently testify within the bounds here too. Can they see this right here?
They should be able to see that.
Well, you guys read over that yourself.
I'll leave it up
Petitioner is
there.
Katie Rogers, and Katie says that they were married on June the 21st
Mhm.
of 2008,
Mhm.
and they still reside together. Now, these two, she's filed a DVO, domestic violence order. I don't know what it's called, DVRO, probably a domestic violence restraining order, probably. Yeah. Here in Kentucky, it's just a EPO or a DVO, emergency protective order or a domestic violence order.
Mhm.
They got married on June the 21st, 2008, and they still reside together.
Mhm.
We have been married for 8 years and 3 months.
Mhm.
We have one child together, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers.
Mhm.
Sebastian was born December the 7th, Pearl Harbor Day,
Mhm.
2008. On or about August the 29th, 2016, guys, this goes all the way back to 2016, Katie obtained a temporary restraining order against me. This is Seth talking.
Yep.
And had me removed from my marital residence. Go ahead.
She listed Seth as a protected
That's listed
party.
Sebastian.
I mean, why am I now? I'm doing exactly what
It's
you
okay.
did. Sorry, I thought, guys. She listed Sebastian as the protective party and obtained a child custody order through the TRO, forbidding me to see him. There is a permanent domestic violence restraining order, or the DVRO, hearing set for September 16th, 2016, before this court.
Since being served with the DVTRO, I have not violated the order and have had no impermissible contact with either petitioner or our son. He restraining order to stay away from her and Sebastian.
Mhm.
On August the 29th, 2016 and September the 8th, 2016, I turned in the firearms I was in legal possession of to the San Diego County Sheriff's Office.
Mhm.
Attached hereto is Exhibit A, are true and correct copies of the receipts and notices of confiscation. I have abided by the terms of the DVO, even though Katie's action rendered me homeless. He's
Mhm.
kicked to the curb. He had to leave. Katie's request for restraining order is based upon the following. Let's see. We're going to read it in a minute in her order, but let's see what she says.
Mhm.
She says that I was highly aggressive in my mannerisms and I cursed and yelled at her. Not a basis for a restraining order under the facts.
Mhm.
I was very angry, yelling at our son, and our son said, "Daddy hit me." Not a basis for a restraining order under the facts. As I have never hit him, I have yelled at her and our son and slammed a door breaking, but not a basis for a restraining order under the facts. Now go to the next page.
Okay. Just a second, guys.
And guys, these are allegations that he's answering to
Mm-hmm.
where Katie evidently has made the allegation. Yeah, let that come up close where I can see.
That's as good as it gets.
Generic
Sorry.
allegations of temper issues. False and not a basis for restraining order. Well, it's okay. Generic allegations of drug use. False in itself and not a basis for a restraining order.
Mhm.
Even if true, it says. Well, yeah, I would say that if it's true, it'd definitely be a reason if a person's using, especially illicit drugs. As a result of these baseless allegations, I respectfully request the court to deny Katie's request for a permanent domestic violence restraining order. There is no basis for her claim, and she fails to prove conduct under the Domestic Violence Prevention Act that would justify a restraining order. Incident August 28th. Highly aggressive, verbally.
Well, we can let
Watching.
them. If you
Yeah,
want,
you
read
guys
all
go ahead and read
that,
the rest.
then
Go to the
bring
next
up
one.
the-
Let's get to hers where she's making the allegation
Okay, so
and
you
see.
want me to pull up her
Well,
thing?
Katie jumped on her lap. Hold on a minute. What actually happened on this day is that I was having a difficult time with our son. We can believe that. He's special. He's autistic. So we can believe that there's some days more difficult than other.
Sure.
So Seth says he's having a difficult day with their son. He refused to do anything I asked him. I asked him to clean his room, and he replied no. And he didn't have to listen to me or anything I've asked him to do.
Or do anything that he asked him to do.
And he told me I should apologize, and I asked him to clean his room. Guys, sometimes we as parents have to be. I read a book one time. I was a young boy going to train dogs, and I got a book on training dogs. And the first page, it said, in order to train a dog, you have to be smarter than the dog. And I think that has a lot to do with parenting. In order to raise a child, first we have to be smarter than the child. Because the child says no, or the child raises his voice at us, or especially a special child.
And now this is just me too. The reason why he raised his voice is because maybe he's used to hearing it from the adult.
Oh yeah. If you raise your voice at him, an autistic child is going to raise their voice back. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point, babe. I attempted to appropriately discipline him by sternly telling him that under no circumstances should he ever speak to any adult, let alone his mother or father, the way he spoke to me. After this, Sebastian ran down the stairs to Katie and jumped in her lap and started saying he hated me. And then he wished I would leave and never come back. After Sebastian seemed to calm down a bit, Katie got him from the chair she was in and walked outside, and Sebastian approached me and told me he loved me and wanted. That's a special child. That's any child.
See, she was calm though.
The mother
sounded like it. Yes, sounded like Katie was calm, and she got him to do what she wanted him to do.
After this incident was very upsetting, but I was never violent in any way. Our neighbor was at the house, and she said something about being uncomfortable. I told our neighbor I was going to just get some coffee and go outside and be alone. When I did, our neighbor followed me outside and asked me what was wrong. I told her how I was feeling and asked her to just let me calm down and compose myself. Mm-hmm. At no point did I act violently towards her or anyone else. 7 years old.
Wow. Wow. Bless his little heart.
You might delete them as you go, babe, so you don't do the same one again. Or do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I know I'm doing. Okay. I'm reading that. I've got them numbered, so I can kind of do that. It's just finding where they.
DBO claims incident of August 22nd. I was being belligerent and yelling at her and our son. This is not true, and even if it was, it would not be basis for the DBO.
Okay, yeah, that's what he's saying.
What actually happened on that day was we was arguing. Our divorce had been filed.
Okay.
We were going to proceed with our divorce. Mm-hmm. Our divorce had been filed, and we were still residing in the same house, which created a tense situation. Although we argued, I never once acted violently. I never once did. I encouraged her to beat our son, as she alleges in her pleadings. I never acted violently, and never once did I encourage her to beat our son. You understand it?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I think he's saying, Katie said that he wanted Katie to whip or beat Sebastian, and he's saying he never encouraged her.
During our argument, I left the residence and slammed the door. Mm-hmm. But her claim that I broke the door is false. The door was already broken before I slammed it. Well, he's admitting to slamming the door.
Yeah.
Again, there was never any violence, nor was there any threat of violence. August the 11th. In her request for DVO, Katie claimed that on August the 11th, 2016, I was angry at our son, and that our son told her that I hit him. The truth is that I never put a hand on our son. You know, you're going to hear one after a while where Katie says they were at school. They were checking. He says he never put his hand on him, but they were at school checking Sebastian into school, if I'm not mistaken. And while they were there telling the teacher that Sebastian had fluid on his brain and had telling the teacher the medical issues that Sebastian had, Sebastian did something, and Katie says that something that Seth didn't like, evidently, and Seth slapped him on top of the head. Now, they're already telling the teacher that he's got fluid on his brain. And then he smacked him on the head and said, Katie called him down. We're going to read it.
Mm-hmm.
She called him down. You said, you can't treat him like that. And said the teacher noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I wish people would quit trying to tell me how to raise my son. And she went back the next week to the school for something. And the teacher had filed a complaint with Child Protective Services. So there was a complaint, at least that one there, filed against Seth, according to the report. We're going to show it in a minute, hopefully. Our son suffers from a rare condition, 6q27 chromosome deletion syndrome. Among the symptoms, he suffers from incidents of acting out. This is Seth talking. And Seth says that he throws himself on the ground, he bites himself, and things like that when he gets mad. And that's the way special ed children tend to do. That's why they don't have a fully functional brain, guys. On August 11th, suffered an episode in which he hurt himself out of frustration. I told him that day that if he cleaned his room, he could go swimming. Go ahead.
I asked him if his room was cleaned, and he replied that it wasn't. I told him he couldn't go swimming until it was clean. Sebastian reacted by flying into a rage, screaming and hitting himself, biting himself, and trying to throw himself on the floor. I reached out to catch him before his head hit. I'm assuming he will say the floor. Let's see what the next one is. Oh, I'm going to get down here. 3. Okay.
It should be noted that Katie never called the police, and Katie never took Sebastian for any medical care as a result of the alleged, and that's what it is, alleged incident. Katie never took any action whatsoever consistent with a parent whose child had been abused. Katie's allegation that I abused Sebastian in any way is completely false. Katie's generic allegation of temper and drug issues.
No, he's addressing.
I'm going to leave that up there, guys, and you can read it. You can stop your TV and read that one. Go to the next one.
Yeah, they'll have to pause it.
We're already up to 59 minutes.
Okay. Let's see what the next one is. This is the 4th part to that.
I believe Katie only filed the request for DVO in order to gain tactical advantage in our divorce.
And it's specifically
You guys can
kick me out of the house.
You guys can read that one. Katie is an E5 in the Navy and earns substantial base pay. Reflect the earnings.
Okay.
I have not worked in some time, as I have been a stay-at-home dad.
Wow.
What was you going to say, babe?
Well, I was just thinking, she was in the Navy?
Katie is an E5, yep, in the Navy.
Well,
And
Chris
claims-
was in the Navy. Were they stationed
Sure
at
was.
Are they stationed at the same place? What I mean,
He told me that he was in the Navy.
he said for, was it 13 years or 16 years?
I don't remember, but he was in the Navy. I wonder if they met in the Navy. Is that what you were getting to?
Yeah, if she was in the Navy, wonder if she was in at the time that he was in, and if they met while they were there.
I don't know. Katie and Sebastian
Whoa.
have no reason to fear me. Have never harmed or harassed or threatened them. Okay, go on to the next one. They've had time to read that one.
Wow. Okay, so they both.
Yeah, that's interesting, ain't it?
Yeah.
In the Navy.
Wow. Wow.
Is that a new one there?
I think that's all of his, except, I gotta find you that paper. Shoot, I don't see
Yeah,
it
where he
here.
turned his guns in.
I don't see it.
That's how's it go? You must
Yeah.
have lost some stuff because it
I
was there
must
earlier.
have, because I have.
Here, right here. That's it right there. Ain't it?
And I think that is his.
I didn't look at it.
Oh,
real quick. Yeah.
See, I can't see.
I don't know if I can read it.
Well, you can't see what he.
This is
Yeah,
where he
but-
turned in I think a shotgun maybe and a 40 caliber pistol. That was the serial numbers.
Mhm.
That's who he turned them into, who took
Mhm.
custody of them,
Right here. Yeah, he got here.
receipt and notice of confiscation of weapons.
Mhm.
So when she got the DVO or whatever it's called there, temporary DVO or whatever it is in California, they made him turn in any firearms that he had.
Wow.
And there's where he did that, which he wrote that in his statement earlier. Guys, this is what we're talking though. Again, these are allegations.
Right.
Well, he's responding to the allegations, so we read his part first.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's already. That's okay.
Here's Katie's.
Okay, let's
thing.
look
It's
at
not
it.
as clear as his.
Can we read it though?
Don't know. If
Can you get rid of that thing up top?
it goes
Okay.
on its own.
Since returning from deployment in December, I have witnessed a multitude of events from Seth. I have seen him hit Sebastian in the head, neck, and back. I have witnessed him, when taking his anger out on Sebastian, grab him with both hands, lift his entire body, and slam him down, then proceed to beat him.
Wow.
He has on many cases whipped him with a belt, not paying any attention to where the belt was hitting because he was so angry. I think we can see, I'm not a psychologist, but I've watched Seth on some interviews and I can see some anger. Surely he didn't let that out on his son,
Wow.
but she's saying he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
My neighbors informed me that during my duty days, they have seen Sebastian on multiple occasions coming outside the house crying and looking for his dad because he had been gone for long periods of time and didn't know where he was. They told me that they told my son to go back inside and lock the door when this occurred.
Wow.
Seth will, on a regular basis, just walk into the living room and get naked, not caring that Sebastian is in the area and sees this. On several occasions when Sebastian expressed stress or anxiety, and that's what a autism child would do if they get nervous about our separation or his daddy's anger, he would respond by telling Sebastian that this is all because mommy doesn't want to love daddy anymore. By the second week of school, teachers had already requested that the principal be present any time that Seth was due to him.
Making them uncomfortable. They wanted the principal in the meetings because
Now,
Seth made
if
them
you'll notice a
uncomfortable.
while ago in Seth's statement, Seth says that she's never told nobody else. She's never done anything. She's never, all these were just made up to have some leverage in a divorce, he says. But yet, this is Seth will be, the teachers have asked the principal to be present whenever Seth shows up at school because they feel uncomfortable around them. Now, that's not anything hard to prove. That's not nothing that a person couldn't went and talk to the teachers or look at his file from California. They would be they would put that in a file, wouldn't it,
Yeah.
Sheila? School file?
Yep. You would have, they would be something there. They would have to write down what took place and what the outcome of it was. So yeah, they should be a file of it.
When we went to school to meet his teachers before the school year had started, we had just finished explaining about Sebastian's diagnosis and how about the fluid on his brain, and he did something to irritate his father, who then responded by hitting him in the head in front of the teacher. And when I addressed him about it, I told him he cannot do that and cannot keep doing that because it is wrong. He told me it wasn't that hard and he's fine. And people needs to just stop telling him how to raise his son. Guys, I'll leave that there for a second, Sheila will. And you guys can,
I'll add,
or you can pause your TV as far as that.
there's another part to it too, I think, where she signs the bottom of it. So
Okay.
I'll add that in there as
Put that up there
well.
where they can read it. I've read enough. I've
Okay,
glanced over it earlier, and I just
Let
there's
them,
no.
they can read that and stop and read it. And then here's the second part of it here.
You know, Sheila and I try to use documentation, and again, like Seth said earlier, alleged, and again though, when you've got teachers and principals and other neighbors, then there may be something to it. Where's there smoke, there may be fire. So for all you people that was wondering why Fred and Sheila hasn't talked to Seth yet,
Mm-hmm.
this is one of the reasons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is one of the reasons. All right, baby, you can put it back on us. We're almost done. Let's finish this up. And
Let's see, was there anything else that would?
guys, we hope we don't bore you to death.
Oh, did we do this? We did it.
Yeah, we done
Okay.
that one.
Sorry.
We're good. Thank
Let
you.
me
You
find
done
it.
good. I know there's more there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we've got a bunch more, guys, and it may make for a second video. It's according to what kind of response. Some of you may be complaining right now saying,
Yeah. Sorry.
too long, we don't. And then some of you might say, can you show us the rest of it? We'd like to see, because there's about 12 or 14 more pages, were they not?
On the one that I have, it says Seth and Katie, there's like 20 pages
20 more pages.
of that. So, I mean, that's an awful lot to try to
And-
upload
And guys, again, let's go to allegations. Let's go to
alleged.
alleged.
Mm-hmm.
It's not our opinion. It's actually court documents that was in court for a
Mhm.
DVO,
He
and where
said
Seth had to
Tuesday.
leave the house and
Mhm.
Seth had to give up his guns.
Mhm.
There's more to it than allegations, I believe, because that's a lot of things to have to do. You have to have something before. I know in Kentucky at least. Let's move on.
Okay.
Katie says Sebastian had injuries and claimed in a court document
Mm-hmm.
were injuries to Sebastian, but Seth says he didn't do them. Sebastian did to himself.
Yeah.
We wasn't there.
Right.
Possible? I would think so, with mental issues. With him being autistic, anything's
Mhm.
possible. I know Sheila has seen kids at school, and
Yeah.
I've been on complaints with social services and stuff, and so we won't put we don't know. We have
Right.
got no opinion on that.
Right. Exactly.
Seth admits to slamming the door. He says the door was already broke. Well, I did slam the door, but it was already broke. Well, parents failed Sebastian. What a life this little fella had to live,
God love
just
him.
from what we have found out. Question is, we see reports filed against Seth by Katie. Did Seth ever file abuse papers against Katie?
Oh.
You know, we see where, and Seth says, oh, she just done this for leverage. Well, did he try to get leverage back?
Mhm.
Did he file papers on her? Or did she abuse him? He says she's tough. He says she was on a security force in the Navy
Mm-hmm.
and that she can hold her own.
Yeah.
Did she ever push him around? Or was she timid around him? We'd like to know. Now, we don't have that answer. We don't know. We couldn't find anything, did we, babe?
No,
Where
no.
Seth
we've
had filed-
looked, but
We couldn't find where Seth had filed anything against her as her being abusive to him or Sebastian,
Right. Right.
or any allegations. And we wonder why the police are so confused. We don't now.
Right.
We don't now. Katie's affidavit returns. And that's the one where she was talking about whipping them with a belt. That's where we just had it transcribed out where I could read it better.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Sebastian's teachers and doctors had restraining orders against. Now, this is a comment, and whether there's anything to it or not, who knows? But this person here, she posted on Facebook or YouTube or a channel or something, Robin Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Sebastian's teachers and doctors had restraining orders against, she says, Seth. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, so let's put that in there. But that was on one of the channels that somebody had that posted. And
Wow.
could Sebastian be with a family member? Could somebody have removed him from the house and maybe just took him and put him with somebody else to protect him?
That could be possible.
Anything's possible at this point, ain't it, babe?
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord. I know you guys are thanking the Lord. I just shut my computer, so that means
you're done.
we'll make you thank the Lord. Say, shut up, Fred.
No, you're all right, baby.
Seth,
It's a lot of interesting.
Chris, Katie. I better not say it.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. I'll say that. I won't say what I was going to say, but I am disappointed. Huh?
I said, good, you didn't.
No,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it
Sad
because I ain't gonna
situation.
say it because other people out there that's watching this video, they're saying it to themselves. I don't have to say it.
All right.
Anybody with the heart,
Exactly.
anybody that's a parent, guys, we believed in the belt. We spanked our children growing up.
Sure did.
We'd use a belt or a switch on the legs.
Yep.
We'd spank them, discipline them. Sure would. Spare the rod and spoil the child. We were brought up like that. I come out of boot camp, come out of the Marine Corps. I went in when I was 17. I turned 18 while I was in there. When I come home, had my uniform on, probably had this hat right here on. If not another one just like it. And my dad, I said something to my dad. We owned a supermarket. They owned a little country store. And I'd walk around in my fatigues and letting everybody see Fred was graduated Marine Corps boot camp out of Paris Island. And my dad said something to me, and I turned around and smarted off to him. I never smarted off to my dad. We knew better as children. And I turned around and smarted off to him, and he jerked his belt off. And I'm 18 years old and in a Marine Corps uniform. He grabbed me by the arm, and he wore my butt out. I stood there and took it.
Yep.
That's what you do.
My dad did me the same way. I was getting ready for work.
If they
and he did it.
really?
Yeah. I was getting ready for work.
You ain't never told me
You're
this
all,
one.
yeah, I get ready for work. And
How old was you?
18, 17,
Oh
18.
Lord. Hey, that's good parents.
Yeah.
Good parents. There's nothing wrong with whipping your children, but there's a way to do it.
Mm-mm.
You can't lose your cool in doing it.
Right.
You can't, you got to be smarter than the child.
Yeah.
You got to let them know it's for disciplinary. It's not to beat them to death. It's just for them to take notice that you're disappointed in them. It's as a disciplinary thing.
Sometimes that's all you have to do to the child to say, I'm disappointed in your actions.
My dad never laid a hand, 6 of us kids, never laid a hand on us. Never. It was either a belt or a switch. Sometimes he would want to. You could tell he couldn't get a switch fast enough. Bad thing is he usually make us go cut your own switch.
Go get your own. And if you got one that was too small,
You know it.
help you.
Or you try to break it a little bit. So when he hits you the first lick, it breaks.
Mhm.
Then he goes and gets one. So you learn that when you went to get the switch, you got the best.
Better get a good one.
You better get a good one, because if you don't, he's going to get one that,
Light you up.
yeah, I just have a feeling that, allegations is one thing,
Right.
but again, there's a lot of allegations there. There's a lot of, and then when you look at a person's demeanor, when you look at a person and you see the same, you just wonder, because you know that a little boy like that, just like Jayden
Yeah.
got on Felicia's nerves, or Felicia wanted to go out, or Felicia wanted just go to bed and go to sleep. I'm done with you. And anything's possible. We know it's not easy,
Right.
but there's somebody out there that will take them.
Yeah. Get help from family, friends.
Guys,
people you can trust.
I think that last one was an hour and 19 minutes. This is an hour and 15. Guys, if you didn't see the last video where we thought we found a guy called us about Sebastian. It's got very few hits on it. And if you haven't seen that one, that's a good video. That's a good video on how Sheila and I done. It's got phone calls in there. It's got, we correspond with Chris again. We actually wrote Chris and text him. And Chris actually, we sent him a picture. And Chris actually wrote us back. You know, somebody said, why don't you send that picture to Seth? Seth, his father.
He was supposed to come live with me last year.
Oh,
But I gave my son another chance to straighten his behavior up and actually apply himself at school, which he is fully capable of.
Guys, we've seen some of these papers a long time ago. We saw some of them. We formed an opinion a while back was, you know, again, the night she took him to dinner, he ate like a little fattening pig. And she was taking pictures of him and seemed like a mother. Everybody can look at these videos and draw your own conclusions just like we do on different things. We see good things out of all.
Exactly. Everybody has good.
We see good things out of all three of those people, but then we read court documents and we see other things and we're thinking that little boy didn't know. That little boy didn't know when mom or dad or stepdad was having a bad day or a bad moment. He didn't know that. He may have been having a bad moment. It's different.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And you can if you overreact, he's going to
Definitely
overreact.
going to overreact. Yes.
It's like drugs and alcohol. 2 + 2 don't equal 4. You know, you can't mix certain things. And with an autistic child, the main requirement is patience.
Love.
Yeah. Good. Have you got anything?
No.
Guys, please don't take this. We don't mean to point our finger. We don't mean to be hard. We're heartbroken.
Yeah.
And probably those 3 behind us are too. Those 3 there are probably heartbroken when they look back. You know, hindsight's 20/20. We've all got regrets in life.
Sure.
And I'm sure they've thought about it a million times. But for you people that tells us to contact this person or that person, probably what you want to do instead of chewing us out first is research yourself a little bit. We didn't do nothing that you guys couldn't have done. You guys could have done the same thing we done. It's out there. We don't know no more than we did.
No.
Someday, if God ever blesses us, answers our prayer, and Katie sits down and talks to us, and we get done talking to Katie and Chris, if he wants to be there, then we'd enjoy talking to Seth. We'd like to talk to Seth. But it's not going to do us no good to talk to Seth until we talk to Katie.
Because she was the last one to be with Sebastian.
But again, always keep open like we said at the beginning of the video, there's so many equations to custody battles. There's so many things, and people are so smart. Yeah. People are so sly. They can do what your laugh. We just tried to say a word on this video, and I couldn't pronounce it, neither could Sheila. And then I said, cut that out. So she's going to cut that word out.
No, I'm laughing.
Huh?
No, I'm laughing.
And so we're laughing because then I said, what was the word I just used?
Manipulative. And you said,
well, at first it was
sly.
First it was manipulative, where they manipulate somebody. Wow. Hey, leave this in. This is what's them called? Bloopers?
Yep.
Hey guys, God bless y'all.
Yes.
Thanks for listening to us for 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Oh,
we still pray.
Yes.
We still pray. We can't give up. We're not going to give up. We're on this. We're not going to give up till God tells us, okay, you're not feeling nothing anymore. Step aside.
Yeah.
Or
take a break.
Or he brings Sebastian home. Either home in his body,
or
where we can have a decent burial, or he comes home. We have a feeling that Sebastian is home. Sebastian is in heaven. No more to ever be mistreated. No more to ever be misunderstood. No more to ever be. Quit that. You'll get me going. Guys, thanks for joining us. Catch you on the next one.
We hope you're doing well, guys.
We got to quit that.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. We'll catch you on the next
Couple of babies, 70-year-old babies.
one.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. God bless.